Hello everyone and welcome to today's Starseed Healing Circle. Almost at the end of the year, can you believe it? Time is just flying. Anyway, we are going to continue our journey in Egypt today. We are going to the Valley of the Kings. So before we do that, I've done all the dowsing as I always do beforehand. Again, just a reminder, I don't pick things because I feel they're going to be the best thing to work with. I douse to see what we work with, what session we do, what comes up. And so, again, as always, I'm blown away by the synchronicities and how things line up. So as I mentioned, we are going to the Valley of the Kings. The Lightcode activation that we're tuning in with today is to do with soul fragments. And part of the work that we're doing today is also to do with soul fragments, vow breaking, and things like that. So everything is just sort of mashing together in a very beautiful way, as always. So let's get to our tune-in. Tune-in, as I'd mentioned, is to do with our soul fragments, and it's part of clearing soul fragments so we can move along on our Starseed ascension. So perhaps close your eyes, tune into what it is that you would like to focus on today. What would you like to release? What would you like to let go of? What would you like to bring into your life? What would you like to heal? Once you know where that focus lies, open your eyes and allow your eyes to gently trace the light code like it's a labyrinth for your eyes. And just see where the eyes go. Perhaps using the light code, perhaps your eyes are just resting somewhere. That's also okay. This light code acts as an attunement so that we all get into attunement with each other as a group and with the healing. This is our connection to today's healing session. So spend as much time here as you need. All right. Let's look at our setup. So, as I've mentioned, today we find ourselves in the Valley of the Kings. This is just outside Luxor, and the whole Luxor Aswan story, that area within Egypt, is the hottest part of Egypt. So if it's 30 degrees in Cairo, for example, it's 40 degrees out here in Aswan. So 10 degrees hotter than anywhere else in Egypt. So very, very, very hot, dry area here. And the Valley of the Kings is where, as the name suggests, the kings are buried. So this was all about the funeral complex. Now, what is interesting, I'm just going to quickly skip ahead a little bit. Our healing session today, what came up as focus, is self-worth and abundance. So working with wealth and abundance and things like that, self-worth. And it's just interesting how it aligns up with where we are, Valley of the Kings. It's dry and desolate, but these tombs were filled to the brim with treasures. Of course, we don't have those treasures. We don't see those treasures now because they've been looted, but these kings were buried with all of their treasures, and all you have to do is look at Tutankhamun's treasures, because that tomb was intact when they excavated that, to see the nature of what these tombs were covered or filled with, which was like gold and lapis lazuli and turquoise and just everything that is very, very rich and expensive. So interesting that we find ourselves in the Valley of the Kings and we're working with abundance and self-worth today. Okay, so first tomb that we went to, give me 1 second, I'm going to have to pause so I can get my list out. I'm back. Okay, so first tomb we went to was Merenptah, and many of these tombs, they go in really, really deep into this valley. It is super hot inside these tombs. There's no airflow whatsoever, so it's just basically the front door. And you go down, many of them you go down steps, some of them you go up steps into this rock face, and you go in for some of them like 100 meters or something like that. And it's super, super, super hot. So obviously no sunlight going in here. So when it comes to artwork, the colors and everything are preserved, and these tombs are about 2,000-3,000 years old. So just really, really, really incredible. Going into the Merenpatah tomb, I was blown away by the complexity of the artwork, the beauty of the artwork, and just how well preserved it was. But as I went in, not so much in this particular tomb, I did feel it, but in the last one it was definitely very strong. I realized as we're going through this tomb that I'm just going to quickly skip back to this, that these walls are completely covered in spells, and for most part the spells are to remind the soul of the departed to find their way through the afterlife to where they need to go. But, and we're going to get this in the third tomb, a lot of the spells are also to keep people out. So I was very aware as we entered into this tomb, like, I'm actually not supposed to be here. This is someone's resting place. So for myself personally, I kept a space of respect and quiet honoring of the person who was supposed to be resting here, who obviously is not resting here anymore. But their name is written all over the tomb, so they are still here. And so, yeah, it was a very humbling experience. This is the sarcophagus of Merenpatah, massive, quite a massive block. This is one of the sarcophagi, and so obviously there'll be a sarcophagus inside that, with another one inside, with another one inside, and with another inside, and then ultimately the mummy inside that. So here, this was quite a crowded tomb, so we couldn't really spend too much quality time here, but it was okay. It was very hot, so it was okay to be able to just leave as soon as we could. Then from there, we went to an interesting tomb. This was a tomb for Taorshet and Setang. And Taorshet was a female pharaoh. And then Setnacht actually usurped the throne, and not just usurped the throne, but also stole the tomb. So Taorshet already was in this tomb, and then Setnacht then basically took the tomb for himself. I think that what happened was that Setnacht passed away unexpectedly and very soon. And so they just had to make a plan. So part of this particular tomb, they've actually covered up some of the walls and then covered the Taorshet scriptures and inscriptions, and they covered that with Setnacht's inscriptions. But yeah, again, also very beautiful artwork here, and it basically has two parts to this particular tomb. You can see here the walls on this particular one are not painted yet. This looks like concrete or plaster that's been inscripted or inscribed, and this is where they've done sort of the redo of the thing in quite a hurry. Also within this temple tomb, there's walls where you can see where they've done the outlines, but they haven't actually done the layering, because traditionally they would do an outline first, then they'll do the carving, and then they'll paint and they'll work in stages. And this particular one has not been done like that. Also interesting enough, Setnacht's body was not even found in this particular tomb. It was found in a completely different tomb. So there was some shifting around happening here with this particular one. And then we went to a third one. So basically when you go to the Valley of Kings, you get a ticket that allows you to go to 3 of the tombs, and there's there's quite a few. There's about 34 of them. Most of them are closed under renovation, or just closed because they're still excavating. So there's a list of, I think, about 9 or 10 tombs that you can choose from. And so our guide selected Merenptah, Starseed, and Ramesses the 9th. We wanted to go to Ramesses the 4th, but that one was closed. So this was Ramesses the 10th one, and this particular tomb, really, like, initially set the hairs in the back of my head standing up, because I was like, I'm really not supposed to be here. This particular tomb is so protected. It is completely, from top to bottom, covered in spells to make sure that whoever enters into this place do not leave alive. And yeah, so I made sure that I had protection up. I sent energy and messages out to the energies of the space, and if the soul was still there, to offer my deepest respect, and to enter into the space as someone who is here to give respect to this particular king, and not to violate the space or to take from the space. It also is very, very aware of that. Lots of astrological stuff on the ceiling, just like really amazing how well preserved it is as well. Here you can see some of the spell work on the walls. I'm just going to hide that. This one's not too clear, but what you can see is you can see some figures standing up, some figures upside down, some figures in black, some figures in color, and it just basically works with the dualities of the underworld, netherworld, and the here and there. There are people without heads. You'll see, like, even here, there's people on wheels that's tied upside down, people being bent over backwards. It is... yeah, the walls are full of it. This is just the tunnel as well, and you can also see some of the work up there. So that was Ramesses. Was actually a really, really beautiful tomb, but very aware of the spell work there. So once we left those ones, we went into the westernmost section of the Valley of Kings. In fact, most of the public don't go there or are not allowed. Because we were with our guide, and our guide knows the story, he managed to smuggle us back. And we went to the Valley of the Monkeys. And there's only, I think, 3 tombs in the Valley of Monkeys. And one of the tombs there is for a guy or person named I. And I was the mentor and guide to Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun's tomb was available for visit. I chose not to go there, but some of our group went in, and they apparently was very beautiful, but I didn't feel the need to go into Tutankhamun's tomb, but I was adamant that I wanted to go to I's tomb. I was the mentor and guide of Tutankhamun. So when Akhenaten passed away and everything moved over to Tutankhamun, I was the one who guided Tutankhamun with choices, decisions, and how things had to be. So this is in a very desolate part of the Valley of the Kings. It's the westernmost part. It's quite a distance away from all the other tombs. And like I said, there were only 3 other tombs here. So when we arrived, we went straight down to this tomb, quite a distance, and we went into the small tomb space. It was not the most decorated of spaces. It's not also the biggest of tombs. It literally was a tunnel down and then into this. But because we had private access over here, the guide or the overseer of this particular tomb allowed us free access here. He stepped out, and when he got to the door, he switched the lights off, and we were in complete and total utter black void darkness in this room. And we all basically were sitting or lying down and meditating. Not sure how long we were meditating or how much time we were allowed, because within this darkness, everything and time stands still. So Wands of Horus cards were with me, as always, on every single part of this journey. And we didn't have time to inspect the tomb at all. In fact, actually, going down into the tomb, there were only 1 or 2 lights on. So it was really, really dark. And we were basically just going through down until we got to the bottom and then found our meditation spot. So we didn't even know that there was going to be extra or more lights. So we were in this dark space and had no idea what was there. If you look off to the left of the image, you can see someone standing there. I went into that corner and there was a doorway which led into another room. And but we couldn't go into that room. It was locked off. But I stood there and I stared off into that dark room. And then obviously when all the lights went completely down, I was like, okay, I'm lying down for this one. So did the meditation, had conversation. For me, it was just like really communing with I and the spirit of I. And initially I wasn't sure whether I was going to get a response, but I just kept on calling through and making connection. And I did receive lots of information and feedback. And I know that in the moment when that happened, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to translate and interpret all of that information now. So this is some still ongoing process for me, unfolding and tuning into the messages that I received there and what came through. But it will unfold itself. When the meditation was over, the guide switched all the lights on for us, and we had some moment in the tomb to commune with the space. On the sarcophagus and many sarcophagi that you'll always see 4 goddesses on the corners of the tomb. So here we have, I think it's Nephthys out on the right and Nath on the left. You've also got Serket and Isis. Isis would be on the opposite side on the left, on the right, and Serket would be on the left. And so these are the protective goddesses that spread their wings and hold the space around. So I went from corner to corner. I started with Serket, and I basically held my arms out onto, actually I've got a photo here. I had my arms out on theirs and hands on their hands, and just allowed myself to connect with each of these goddesses, connected with the energies of that. So I started with Serket, then Isis, Nephthys, and then ended with Nath, which is the one this is the Nath photograph that someone took. I don't know who took the photo. So you can see as we left the room, I looked back and I saw, oh, okay, other people are also busy there. So that is the final tomb. And then that's our story. So not much in terms of downloads that I can talk about just yet. Those are still things I'm processing. But anyway, so we're going into the work for today. And again, it's just beautiful how things line up. As I'd mentioned, we're working with abundance. So what came up is that we're working with the soul plan cards, and I shuffled the deck and selected 2 cards, and we normally find a polarity and we find another card that adds to the polarity that says where the separation lies. So our polarity card here is wealth and poverty. Let me just get my face out of there. There. Wealth and poverty, and this takes us through to a self-worth complex. So it's all about self-worth, self-loathing, jealousy, and this could be your own patterns, or it could be ancestral patterns, or any limiting beliefs that you may have, wherever you restrain yourself, whether it's conscious or subconscious, it doesn't matter. But wherever there's poverty involved or chastity or things like that, it could also even take it further and take it away from money and wealth into sexual problems and things like that, because it's all about self-worth. And really the reminder here is that it's self-worth and self-value. Our separation card that we have here is a 6/6, and how it works with the soul plan cards is you've got your polarity card, and when the separation card comes on top of it, it gives us an idea as to how to approach the specific issue. How do we heal it? So for example, a 3 plus a 6 is going to give us different corrections than a 3 plus, let's say, a 12, or a 3 plus a 1. So we've got different healing modalities or healing approaches to take with this. So for this particular one, what came up is we're doing a hologram or an Akashic reading. This is something that I normally do for the client, but I'm going to tweak it a little bit, and I'm going to allow you to do your own reading for yourself. And the hologram or Akashic reading is then followed by a chord balancing and vow break, which I'm going to guide you through as well. So while I'm guiding you through with all of that, I'm also going to be working with some singing bowls just to get some nice sounds going and some healing sounds going. So we're working with the vibration of the singing bowls. We're working with your visualization. And when it comes to visualization, just remember that if you are not a visual person, you could sense it, feel it, taste it, hear it, imagine it, perceive it in any way that works for you. Okay, there's no right or wrong way. So if I say visualize something, if you're not a visual person, allow yourself to hear it or touch it or taste it or feel it or conjure it up in your imagination in some way, shape or form. So just do what you can do your best, allow yourself to drop down nice and deep, especially when it comes to the sound and the vibration, and see how that all goes for you. Okay, so let's get ourselves ready, and I want to just get us onto... I drew 2 more cards. This is from the Earth Magic deck, and we got the winter solstice and the lotus flower sitting on top of that. So winter solstice is a reminder of reflection, and this is going within and doing the inner reflective work, diving into the silence, into silent reflection. This is on top of our self-worth. So really about dropping in and becoming aware of the self-worth issue and where that may be sitting and how that unfolds for you, and then to work with that. And the lotus flower is about transformation. It's about changing and transforming the energy. So our abundance issues, changing and transforming our abundance or our approach to abundance, and wealth and success and things like that. So really tuning into that flow. Also, interesting enough, we're working with the chord balancing vow breaking and the Atlantean healing paddle. Usually associated with that is the pink paddle, which we've got a pink lotus over here. So that is that one. So now we can look at our session. Okay, so let's get comfortable. You can sit or lie for this one. Close your eyes and allow yourself to drop into your heart space. Become aware of what you sense within your heart. No judgment here. Just feel. Nice slow deep breathing. And from your heart, send a connection to my heart. And this is to ensure that our connection here and the healing work that we do come from a space of compassion, love and healing. I also send a connection out to all of your hearts. From your heart, send a connection down into the heart of the earth. And I do the same on my side. connecting to the center of the planet, center of the earth. And just as you focus on that connection to the heart of the earth, also realizing or remembering that we've still got our connection heart to heart, going both ways. You and I both have a connection down to the heart of the earth. So this forms a downward facing triangle. And so we've got the energies cycling through in this triangle. Just allow yourself to receive the energy from the heart of the earth and allow that energy to move up into your body, filling you up with this beautiful liquid light. From your heart, send a connection to the all that is. God, Source, the Creator, whatever is appropriate for you. I do the same from my side. Again, just becoming aware of all of this beautiful energy in the heart of all that is, streaming down along the connection and into your heart and into your body, remembering that we've got our connection heart to heart, and between us we have a triangle going up between all that is and our hearts. Allow yourself to receive the energy from the all that is. And allow that energy to fill you up. So we've got energy coming from the earth and from all that is. Allow this energy to radiate and expand out of your body, getting bigger and bigger. As your energy expands, allow yourself to make a connection with your soul. Allow yourself to step into your soul. Becoming one with all that is. And we become one. While you are in this expanded state, set the intention that you want to become aware of your soul's plan or your hologram. This could be seen as a sphere in front of your heart, or perhaps you see it as a big screen that you're looking at. Just allow yourself to see what is projected on this screen. If you want to, you could connect with your angel or your guide and ask the angel or the guide to project onto the screen or into this hologram what it is that you need to see right now. The image could be quite surreal, could be like a dream, could be very clear. It could be quite abstract, it could just be a color or a shape. Just allow yourself to see what you receive here. Any questions that you may have around wealth, abundance, self-worth, Ask those questions now and allow yourself to receive. Don't judge the answers that you receive. Don't try and analyze them. Just be like a sponge and soak up whatever you receive. You may stay here as long as you want. Pause the recording if you need to. Next, we're going to move into the chord balancing and vow breaking section. Allow yourself to relax. Breathe slow and deep. And imagine yourself in a favorite place. A favorite place that is also a safe place. This could be a real place or an imagined place. The place that you create in your mind. And because this is your safe space, no one else can come into this space unless you invite them in. And even if you invite them in, they have to follow by your rules because this is your space. Nothing else, no one else can come into this space. So this is your safe space. See yourself surrounded with a beautiful, bright light. This light is both protective and it creates a sacred space around you for the work to follow. Allow this light around you to shine brighter and brighter. And imagine yourself as a shining star floating in the space. All around you, near and far, are many other configurations, other stars. Some of these may hold varying degrees of force or power. Some you may sense as other people with whom you've got energetic connections or cords. You may also sense that there are connections or restrictions. And these restrictions could be in the form of commitments or vows, be it from this life or any other life. This could be conscious or unconscious. And just imagine that from this bright star that you are, you send out an even brighter light. So it's almost like you've got a cocoon of light around your cocoon of light. Allow this light to be like a bright aura around you. And in your mind or out loud, Repeat the following words after me. I now choose to balance ties and end vows with anybody or anything that was holding me in limitation. I break and rescind all vows of limitation and ask that any and all restrictions that have blocked me in my expression be released. Right now, I choose to let go of any doubts or limiting belief about my capability to contribute to life and to manifest the most fulfilling and joyful expression of my soul's plan. Good. Now, using the power of your mind, ask or intend for the sphere of light around you to start spinning. Allow it to spin even faster and faster. And as it's spinning, it starts to clear and disconnect any limiting beliefs, any cords, negative connections, guilt, doubt, trauma from negative present, past, or future experiences. Anything else that may have relevance here, just allow it to spin faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And allow it to release all of those, clear all of those. Follow in your mind's eye as the sphere is spinning faster and faster and faster, releasing and clearing. Allow the spinning to slow down and slowly come to an end, allowing you to feel clearer, brighter, and freer. Now ask for a blue light to surround your sphere of light, like a blue layer. Around the blue layer, let's add an orange layer. And around the orange layer, let's add a pink layer. And around the pink layer, let's add a gold layer. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take your middle finger and press behind your ears on the mastoid process, the round bone behind your ears. Press and hold for a second just to lock in the balance. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. Okay, let's see how all of this is going to play out for you. So when we're done, we draw 3 more cards. And these are to give us our information that we need for our way forward. What is our opportunity? What is the solution? And what is our result? So number 6 is our opportunity, 19 is the solution, and 8 is the result. So the opportunities, what is the opportunity for growth over here? Now, 6 came up as our separation card earlier as well. And so just again, nice that it nods back and says, we're definitely clearing this, we're working with this is where we're moving. The opportunity here is to work with manifestation, with creative skills, with spiritual expansion, or even business focus. The 6 is all about how you connect with all of those energies, how you connect with the intangibles and make them tangible. How do you connect with people? How do you engage with people? How do you engage with situations? So this is our opportunity to step into that manifestation process. Card 19 is our solution. This is where the homework lies. So 19 is all about the vessel or the vehicle. So it's saying that you need to package whatever you're working with. This is going to be a book or a blog or something, perhaps a course that you're putting together. You need to start finding ways to package what it is that you are selling or that you are sending out into the world. It is also associated with humor. So laugh. Find something to laugh about, joke about. If you don't find anything, get a comedy to watch. Anything is going to be lighthearted and fun. But seeing that we are working with wealth and abundance here, I would say that this is really about helping others achieve their goals. What is it that you have in your toolbox that can help others achieve their goals? How can you package that? How can you sell that? How can you take that further? There's an affirmation for the 19-1 that you can work with. I am perfectly safe. I am perfectly protected. And I know deep within my essence that everything is perfect. Everything is okay. I am perfectly safe, I am perfectly protected, and I know deep within my essence that everything is perfect, everything is okay. I am perfectly safe, I am perfectly protected, and I know deep within my essence that everything is perfect, everything is okay. And then finally, the result of you doing this homework, packaging whatever it is that you're packaging and selling it to people and helping people to reach their goals, that's going to open up to number 8. That's going to be your result. What will happen if you do your homework? 8 is about success in society. It's working with groups, and it's usually big groups. It's about being really grounded, very connected to this earth, connected to nature, connected to humans. Also, there's a very strong emotional intelligence here, understanding of emotions and how to use those emotions. And with that is sensitivity so that you understand where people are coming from. It's about being grounded for yourself and also grounding that you can give and share with others. Also, there is a strong clairvoyant aspect to the 8-8. So it's about stepping into that space where you can see energies or see what's coming, or that you can see deeply into situations. And as I've mentioned, success in society. So very, very big potential for that. So I would say this is quite a positive read over here. So I will give you all of this homework that you are going to be doing. And yes, I think that concludes our healing for today. Let's come back into our video. So that puts it all into place. I hope that you received this session well. And I look forward to seeing you in our next session, which I think our next session is on Christmas Day, if I'm not mistaken. Let's quickly just have a look at the calendar. Sunday, 25th of December. Next one is on Christmas Day. I don't know if any of you celebrate. I'm not really a celebration person of Christmas and things like that, but it is another day, and I will see you then. So I'm sending you lots of love and light, and take care, and I will see you in our next session. Bye.